So we're getting to work straight up. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I'm going to make it as short as possible and then share materials after, so we can go in depth and still not waste that time. So I'm going to start with introduction. Introduction. I'm sorry, I know I don't have a good handwriting, but let's just move on with it. So first thing, what is graphics design? Second, what do graphic designers do? Basically, what are graphic designers? Difference between graphic design and art. I'm sorry for shortening things. I hardly shorten things, but I'm trying to just make things fast. And then specialties, specialties on the graphic design. So for the definition of graphic design and what graphic designers do, I found this like amazing um, definition online, because of course I don't want to like pick one up from my head, but this actually makes a lot of sense. Now, graphic design is the art or skill of combining text, pictures in advertisements, magazines, or books. Now you can see that this is like creating things for people to consume, like consume books or magazines and advertise to get people to get something. Basically, graphic design is making art in a way, art, permitting to use the word art, to sell something to people visually. And then graphic designers create visual concepts using computer softwares or by hand to communicate ideas that inspire, inform, and captivate customers. They develop the overall layout and production design for various applications such as advertisements, brochures, magazines, and corporate reports. Basically, just saying we do graphic design, and you should see something, create visual concepts, visually appealing concept. It has to like appeal and then solve the problem to get people to do what what you want to do. So like you create a logo that will, for a pastry, and you want from the consumers seeing the logo, who I want to take cake right now. Like you can see the logo of Cold Stone. I'm sorry. That's like a very good example of that. So then the difference between graphic design and art. Now there are lots of similarities between graphic design and art, which makes people mix them up together. And sometimes I even don't like agree with people's opinion to the difference between graphic design and art, because we use the same form of like balance, visually appealing things, colors, lines, and all to attract people. But then the main difference that I know of is graphic designers or graphic design sells. Graphic design solves a problem. Why art? Well, art is art. Art is different to lots of people, but graphic design shouldn't be different to a lot of people. Graphic design is you sell something to someone, you solve a problem to someone. Problem solving. That's like the basic thing for graphic design. Then specialties under graphic design. Well, I don't want to type that also, well, because of my handwriting. So specialties, there's the brand identity and logo design. Some people focus on that. You create identity for brands and design logo for brand startups, either new ones or um, redesigning for a client or a business. Like Zara just changed their logo, and some other people. Packaging design. This is this has to do with making design that will look the way they would be as end products. This tends or tends to be 3D in most cases, or mock-ups, And then there's the web and mobile design, which is basically the UI UX, making websites appealing, visually appealing, and applications appealing and all. And then there's the layout and print design, which basically has to do with joining videos, sorry, joining articles with design concepts, and then printing on magazines, on flyers, and basically merging words and art in a way, permitting to use the word art or graphic design in a way to be visually appealing to people. And that's that for the introduction aspect of graphic design. So then let's get to the second topic. Yeah, introduction was that fast because I don't want it to be boring. We have lots of designing to do. So then design basics. I'm sorry, I don't know what is basics. So we have several. Let's start with the design elements. We have 9 design elements that I know of. Elements, and they are, well, I don't want to type them also or write them, so I'll type them. Yeah, design elements. We have the line, we have color, we have texture, we have size, we have shape, and then we have space and value. Not to waste our time, I have a video. I'm going to share the link in the WhatsApp group page so that we can like get in depth with line, color, texture, because it's a whole important thing and I don't want to waste time. There are like lots of resources on that. I think the only thing that was not spoken about in the video was value, and value is just basically how dark and light a design is. Like, okay, is one side darker, is one side lighter, and then the balance to make the design visually appealing. So now, next thing, design basics. We are using Photoshop for this tutorial. I'm sorry about that. And we are creating this. Voila. I created this overnight within like 2 hours or less. Yeah, it took me 2 hours selecting fonts. But we are going to create this in like as fast as possible. So this is for a salsa class, class earlier this year. And then from Unsplash I got this image. This was the image we used, and then this is the information that we're going to use for the design class. Let me change it to this editable so we can just do copy and paste to make work easy, and then we open the amazing Photoshop. So here I'm going to stop here and then start again so we can like start with Photoshop.